quiet. So, story time. My trip home, or like preparing to come home, was like the most horrendous fucking experience of my life. It was so bad. Um, so what happened was, let's see, what did we have to do? So I managed to get uh, the movers to pick up the furniture, and the junk guys came and picked up all of the leftover shit. But when the junk guys came, like for some reason, this day of all days, the water was out and the power was out all day. Well, the water was out for like a few hours, but the power was out literally all day the day before I left the country. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much for the biddies. Um, and so the junk guys and the movers had to come and take everything down the stairs because the lift wasn't working. And then I had these 5 giant boxes that I have shipped. They should come tomorrow with just all of my like extra collectibles and all that kind of stuff in them. Stuff that I want to bring home. And so I was waiting for DHL to come and pick those up as well. And I was literally just lying there on the floor because everything had already been taken. Was that the one where you said on Twitter they were repairing a line? Oh yeah, there was like they were like straightening a pole or something, and so they had to turn off the electricity for that one day. Just happened to be the worst day. Anyway, so I'm like sitting there just lying on the floor for hours waiting for the DHL guy. And then all of a sudden, I think it was like 2:30, and the lady called me in the morning and was like, "Oh, I just wanted to check the size of the boxes and stuff. I wanted to make sure that we sent the right driver, blah blah blah, because for some reason we thought we were picking up a skip." And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I literally gave you guys the information of how big the boxes are. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people. And then, so she was like, okay, we're going to send the driver. He'll be there sometime between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's a hell of a time difference. And she's like, yeah, but that's when he's going to be there. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So around 2:30, she finally called me back and goes, oh, the driver's been downstairs trying to get into the building for half an hour and he couldn't get in, so he left. And I fucking flipped it. I absolutely flipped my shit because I was like, what are you talking about? He left. How was he trying to get in for half an hour and never tried to contact me? I'm literally leaving the country tomorrow. What the fuck do I do with all my stuff? Like... And she was just like, I'm just a dispatcher, I don't know. We might be able to like try to get him back, but as far as I understand, the electricity at your place is out. And I'm like, yeah, it is, but I've had 2 other companies come and do their job with no problem. So why can't this guy come and do his job? I would have thought after, okay, so first of all, I would have thought that after like 5 minutes of trying to dial the number into the keypad that was turned off and it not working, that he would have tried to call the lady and like tell her there was a problem instead of just sitting there for 30 fucking minutes and doing nothing. And then secondly, the garage door was wide open. He would have been totally free to just walk through the parking lot, like the garage, and go up the stairs from there. You wouldn't even have needed to let him in. Both of the movers and the junk dudes both did that. And then the third thing was, that, after I told her, I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, this needs to happen today. She goes, oh, we can try to get him to come back, but you have to bring down the boxes by yourself because he's not going to come up this, he's not going to do it up and down the stairs. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm paying you what money to come and pick up my packages, and you're telling me to bring these packages down the stairs? Are you fucking joking? I know, right, Simon? Like, I was fucking livid. And then I told her, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean he's not going to do his job? I already had two different groups of people, like, come and do their job and shit. And she goes, oh, yeah, but he's on his own. And, like, yeah, but he's on his own. And I was like, I'm by my fucking self, and you're telling me to, who's like, I'm what, like, fucking, how, I don't know how, 120 pounds, 5'2", and you're telling me to roll all of these heavy boxes downstairs by myself because your guy won't fucking do it? Are you kidding me? Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I was absolutely livid. And then she tells me, oh, if we can't get him back, you can take the boxes yourself to, like, one of our drop points, and our driver should be by there by, like, 4 p.m. or something. And I'm, like, fucking freaking out. I yelled at her again, got the address, turned the phone off, tried to call my parents. We're all yelling at each other. I'm trying to, like, while I'm yelling at them, roll the fucking box with the teddy bear in it down the stairs. Like, it was fucking stressful as shit. Like, I had about 80 minutes to, like, get these heavy ass boxes that I had already tried to take to another place to ship previously and nearly completely smashed the boxes to smithereens because I could barely roll them to my car. They were that heavy. And then while I was taking the lightest box downstairs to my car, I ran into the maintenance guy for our building who was just, like, running up and down the stairs doing, I don't know, doing maintenance, I guess, as he does. And he must have seen how fucking panicked I was because, like, at the time I thought that I was, like, keeping it cool, but I literally, like, ran into him and I'm just like, oh my God, thank God you're here. I really need someone's help. Like, I was fucking freaking out. I'm like, I leave the country tomorrow. The shipping guy didn't come. They, like, just came and left, and now I have to take these to some other place. I have to, like, take my boxes to this other place, and I don't know what to do, and I can't get them to my car, and they're really heavy, and I really need some help, and, like, blah, blah, blah. And the maintenance guy was just like, oh, we don't usually do this, but, like he kind of, like, knew he wasn't supposed to help me, but then he, like, took a second, and he's like, let me see if I can find what's his face to, like, get the cart to, like, get to take him at least down the hall or whatever. And then next minute, I, like, take one of the boxes to my car, came back up. One of the other guys was, like, dragging one of the boxes down the stairs in the car. The other guy had, like, gone to get his Jeep and pull up his Jeep and started loading boxes into his Jeep for me to, like, take them to the place. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you, like, going to take them for me? And he's like, yeah, I'll just follow you. I'll follow you. Let's go. So he followed me to the shipping place that I was supposed to take them to and, like, help me unload them, and thank God. And then there was an Asian lady there who, she was, like, the sweetest thing ever. She, like, ran the place. And I, like, ran into her and I'm like, I'm really, really sorry. I have these 5 giant boxes that I need to leave with you for the shipping company to come and pick them up. I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, where's your paperwork? And I'm like, it's here. And she starts just, like, goes off and starts printing stuff and, like, putting stuff in envelopes and sticking them to the boxes and whatever. And she's like, you owe me $1. And I'm like, girl, I'll pay you 50. Like, so I, like, give her $1 and she's like, okay, you're good. And then I'm like, oh my God, it was so stressful. Like, I could not even. And so my dad called our contact here that was working with DHL and, like, told him what happened, and he fucking flipped it. And then we decided to, like, not pay them for that part of the thing. And so, yeah. The maintenance guy put the boxes in his private airplane. I don't think he'd be doing maintenance if he had that much money. But yeah, it was fucking horrific, you guys. It was really, really stressful. So, so stressful. It was just horrible. And then after that, so like finally organized the boxes, finally, and then the maintenance guy was like, "Oh, did they tell you about the cleaning of the apartment and stuff?" And I'm like, "They already charged me." And he's like, "In that case, like just leave. Like don't worry about cleaning anything." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I fucking love you guys." So I just like left, went to the hotel, and the hotel that I went to was apparently online. It was supposed to be a 4-star hotel. Um, so DHL reduced your bill by the $1, so you had to pay the nice extra lady. No, we're just legit not paying them. Fuck those guys. And when I got to the hotel, like after this whole fucking clusterfuck with the shipping, after I got to this 4-star hotel that I'm paying $400 for to just stay one night just for convenience sake, I rock up, I go inside and like go to yeah, go inside to like go check in and stuff. And then that's so true, Joe. I go to like I go to check in and stuff, and I like was fumbling or something. But wait, there's more. I was like fumbling or something, and I was like apologizing to the guy. I was like, "I'm sorry, I just moved out today, and I'm like moving back home, and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, you're probably not the only person who's been running around today. Like, it's fine." And I'm like, "Excuse you." And then he like didn't even bother asking me if I had bags or anything. He just got me to sign a thing, and that was it. And then I asked if I can use. I asked him if I could borrow one of the carts for your bags or whatever. I took a photo of it on my Instagram. And he's like, "Yeah, go for it." So I like go and try to put all the bags on the thing, but it's like the car park is on this massive ditch in the middle of it. So the cart kept rolling backwards into the ditch, and I had to hold it with my foot while I was opening the car door and grabbing out this massive bag. Yeah, the dolly thing, whatever they're called. And then just like dragged it up to my room. And I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna leave everything on here." And I just like left it in my room. And he didn't even like look up at me when I walked in with like these 7 massive bags. I could barely control the dollies. I was trying to take it back to my room. He didn't even look at me, didn't even bother looking at me or anything. And then the next day when I checked out, there was a new guy at the front desk. And then when I checked out and I went back to grab my bags and had like this massive luggage cart full of like 6 bags, he didn't even look at me either. And then the only room service they had was from some random restaurant down the road that they have a partnership with, and they just let their oh hey James, what's up, man? Thank you. It's just from this random restaurant down the road where they just let their delivery guys go upstairs and deliver the food. I was like, what the fuck? So I got a bottle of wine with my dinner just because I wanted some wine. I didn't know how the hell they were going to go about delivering a glass. The wine bottle tasted like goon. And then when I was trying to get cutlery and plates and shit for my food, I open up the thing. No wine glasses, no fucking plates. It's literally just plastic and paper plates. And I'm just like, what the fuck kind of hotel is this shit? Hey, Alden. Delicious goon. I know James is a fan of the goon. But yeah, it was just... And then, it's all coming back to me now. And then, hey Chris. And then, when I finally got on the plane... So when I was checking my bags in, Sam was there. But wait, there's more. I know. I thought the plastic cups and paper plates was all that was left in your apartment. No, that was in the 4-star hotel when I was trying to eat food. I was like, what the hell? And then when I was checking my bags after Sam left, because I was like, oh, I'm good, dude. I can finish up or whatever. We said goodbye. And then I was checking in my bags with the lady at the desk.
Cheers for the cheers.
And she, thanks for the biddies, Chris. She like weighs one of the bags, puts it on the conveyor belt. It's like halfway down the conveyor belt, about to go through the hole. And she's like, no lithium batteries, no explosives, none of that stuff. And I'm like, even if there was, the bag is gone. Like, what are you going to do? Crawl through the hole and get it back so that I can take the stuff out? Like, what? It was so weird. And then, when I finally got on the plane, I was having these crazy nightmares the whole time about how we were going to land in the middle of the ocean and I would just be like hanging onto a piece of debris in the middle of the ocean and I was going to drown and stuff was going to eat me, and it was just the worst. And me and the girl next to me were like trying to sleep, and we had 3 really old as fuck human beings sitting behind us on the plane. And every time one of them had to go to the fucking bathroom, I was in the aisle seat, and every time one of these old bastards had to go to the bathroom, I'm like sleeping like this, yeah. And like me and this girl are just like sleeping, and then not even just like a little bit of like you know, like someone just like taps you or whatever. Legit, like them trying to get out of the fucking seat. I was about to lose my damn mind at these old bastards. It was so bad. And like, I was having the best sleep of my fucking life. And then I literally got like a hand to the forehead from this old person and just woke up like I thought I was going to die. It was so bad. Surprised you hadn't. I know, it was disgusting. Not as in they were disgusting. It was just the situation was disgusting. Yeah, like they were 100%. Yeah, I love Qantas. I pretty much only fly Qantas. It was 100 times, those old people were 100 times worse than that little baby and his parents. Hey, Hola, I'm back in Australia in my parents' house right now. Yeah, Qantas is awesome. So yeah, that was all the crazy shit that went down. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. And then we were halfway. We finally, after this long ass flight, it was like a 15-hour flight. We were halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. And then we just finished breakfast. And the pilot's like, hey guys, what's up? Hope you had an awesome breakfast. So, turns out with the storms going on in Melbourne, we did some calculations and stuff. And turns out we don't actually have enough fuel to like hang around Melbourne while these storms are going on. So we actually have to turn around, pop a Yui and go back to Sydney to refuel to then go back to Melbourne. And we're just like, are you fucking kidding me? So we had to turn around, flew back to Sydney, landed, could not get off the plane while they were refueling, also could not get up and walk around, and had to get an escort to the bathroom while they were refueling, because it's very dangerous. If something were to go wrong, then the aisles have to be clear and stuff. And it took a billion fucking years. I think it took like 3 hours or something. And then after we refueled, they were like, oh, by the way, while we're refueling, we're also getting a new crew because by the time we finish refueling, it's going to be legally longer than the amount of time these people are allowed to
yes.
actually work on the plane. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for the host, babe. So we had to wait for the new crew, which took another billion years. And then eventually, finally, we made it back to Melbourne. And then I got off the plane. And then I was like first to the carousel to get my bags. I was like standing there waiting. I'm like, yeah, I'm first. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you ain't got all your bags, bitch. They're about to call you on the intercom because you know you ain't got all your bags. You had 4 fucking bags. What's the chances of one of those bags not making it? Just one of those bags. And I was like, fuck. And then they were like, ding dong. Hey, Kerri, can you come to the baggage counter, please? Because we need to talk to you. And I'm like, fuck. So I went to the baggage counter and I stood there for a billion years waiting to talk to someone. And they were like, yeah, one of your bags didn't make it. And I'm like, fuck, all right, fine. Here's my details, whatever. And then they were like, yay. So I went back to the carousel and suddenly there's like 500 people in front of me. And I'm just like, well, shit. And then eventually, finally, I made it out and it took 3 days to actually hear anything about my bags. And then eventually my bag got here. And it's just, oh. And then we made it and we're alive. So that's good. And my dog's still asleep. And then pretty much all weekend, my dad was helping me set up my room in here. We moved some furniture around and went and got a new desk, which is the same one I had in America, actually. Yeah, it is over now, thank God. Hola, I am streaming full time now. I have some stuff coming in the mail, so like the quality of the stream will get a bit better. I have some audio stuff coming which will help with a bit of the echo and reverb and the fans and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be getting a new desktop from Origin PC eventually. I have to talk to their sales team about what my options are for that. I'm going to organize and make all this background shit fancy for y'all. We're going to have some lights and some curtains over here, so these blinds aren't so crazy. It'll be nice. It'll just take a little bit of time to build everything up. Is it getting pretty hot there? Nah, it's freezing right now because we had that massive storm that brought in a cold front. When I first got off the plane, it was super humid. It was like disgustingly humid. I was like sweating so bad. And then we got home and the storm rolled through and now it's freezing. Yeah, summer is coming, but I'm gonna have heating and cooling in this room, in my streaming room.